Previously on Strange Trails.
I haven't thought about it in a while. Let me see. Across the bridge, he comes this way, hurting children to this day. Salted earth, hollowed ground, fire rage neath lunar shroud. Sacrifice a life cut short, free the scourge to hunt for more. Out past sundown, you're on his land, so get inside, away from Shadow Man.
Something in my head told me it was Shadow Man.
What made you think that?
Just the way the wind moved through the trees. Well, I couldn't feel any on my skin.
And you thought he was up in the branches?
I was sure of it.
Caught him coming back into town looking mighty pleased with himself, holding a chunk of shiny black rock. I asked him what he was doing out all alone in the forest.
When Brian asked him where he was going, Jordan apparently said to the mine.
So he went into the mines.
That's where he was headed, at least.
Shadow Man was not human. We knew that now, but we also couldn't dwell on it. As promised, once we finished up talking with Nora and eating a bunch of the casserole she offered us, we hopped in the rental, ready to visit Belford Mine and hopefully find Jordan. After 40 years of disuse, the place would have fallen into total disrepair. Mother Nature would have, rightfully, taken back what was once hers. Between the noxious fumes from the fire still burning below ground and the unstable tunnels and shafts miners abandoned en masse in 1977, it made sense Jordan may have run into trouble if he was wandering around the place alone. Unless Francis had really put in time to create safeguards there, we were likely walking into what could become a death trap. We had no intention of going very deep into the mine, unless we saw signs of Jordan leading inward. But either way, we stopped by Ava's house to make sure all three of us had a flashlight and a water bottle for the trip. Ava shoved a few granola bars into her backpack just in case the hike was more arduous than expected. And with that, we were off.
What do we do if he's not there?
Let's not throw in the towel before we even reach the mine.
It's been 3.5 weeks. If he went there alone...
Hey, you're psyching yourself out.
Did Brian mention Jordan having food on him?
People have survived longer with no food.
Okay, what about water?
Oftentimes there's water in the mines. They have to actually move it out of the surfaces to keep working. If he got stuck in the mine, it's not a lost cause to check.
Right.
Look, maybe Francis will be there. We can ask him if he saw anything.
If he saw someone in trouble, wouldn't he have helped him already?
We don't know what happened out there, or if Francis was even in the mine recently. Robert said he likes to build his own shelters sometimes.
How much further is it?
When my friends went, they said it's like half-hour drive to the closest point you can get to the mine, and then another 45-minute hike from the road.
It's not bad.
We have to keep in mind the curfew starts at sunset again tonight, though.
When is that?
Around 8:45.
Oh, we got plenty of time. As long as we're out of the mine by like 7:30, we're good. By the time we get there, that gives us like 4 hours to look around. I can't imagine it would take that long to find him.
He can't have gotten that deep in.
Yo.
Oh, there it is. White van.
There's 2 dudes in there, right?
Yeah, 2 white guys. Sunglasses.
Was that the same van from last time?
Had to be. How many white vans are around here anyways? Has anyone mentioned it to you?
Not so much. People are more focused on you two.
We can find out what they're up to.
Right, we can chase a white rabbit or we can try to find Jordan.
But where are they coming from? And why are they going to Garrison?
Yeah, that's a question for a different day, when someone's life isn't possibly hanging in the balance.
But if they're the ones that took Jordan, though, then maybe it's a question for now.
Brian didn't mention anything about a white van. Jordan was doing his own thing. Wherever he is right now, I don't think the people in the van had anything to do with it.
We made good time. Ready?
Let's do it.
Oh, don't forget where we parked.
This hike is mostly uphill, so if we get lost, just head downhill and we should be able to find the car.
Feeling a little better now?
Now that we're actually doing something? Yeah.
I know it's been rough, but hey, this could all be over in the next hour or two.
Don't get my hopes up.
How's there not a road leading right to the mine?
There never was. It was a dirt path, basically a fire road. Every day the miners would go to the Belford lot in the town over.
Oh, Maple Ridge, right?
Yeah, that's where the company had everyone park their cars, and then they'd get on a company truck and drive up here together.
Ooh, an awful commute.
Yeah, well, they got paid for this part of it at least. They clocked in back at the lot.
Oh, how benevolent of Belford.
Whoa.
Here it is, Belford Mine.
It's cold, damn.
Yeah, it's like breezy.
Jordan! Jordan!
I think we're gonna have to go in.
Okay, stick together and be careful. We don't know what it's like in there.
Okay, the time is 3:20. There's no rush.
Look at all this random shit they left behind. Should I keep it?
I don't think we need a pickaxe, Omari.
Doesn't look like anyone's even been here in a while, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't see any footprints leading in.
Well, we need to be sure no one came in here. Jordan! Look, that doesn't necessarily mean he's not... If something happened here, he'd be able to get out. If he's trapped somewhere, then he's way in there.
I'm with you.
What do you think is inside those boxes?
I don't know. The writing's really faded.
Well, I can make out the caution sign.
Should we? I mean, there he is.
Be careful.
It actually looks like that? I always just thought it was like a cartoon thing.
I guess it's literally red with a fuse. That's crazy.
They left unexploded dynamite down here? What the hell?
We should put the lid back on this. It can definitely still explode.
We must be near the end of this branch if we're finding their supplies to expand the shaft.
That other branch was the burned out one. So we can't go that way. There'd be dangerous fumes, and we don't have the equipment for that.
He's not here.
No, maybe he got lost on the way to the mine. You know, we can check around.
No, he never was.
Well, we can still look.
No, I mean, he never was at this mine. No, this wasn't the one he was heading to.
What do you mean?
Robert told us. He fucking told us.
Told us what?
He said Francis didn't stay in this mine until he was kicked out of the other one.
The Sanderson mine.
Yes. After Hurricane Isabel in 2003.
Okay.
But Jordan told us. You remember what he said all the way back on our first day?
I'm not sure what part you're referring to.
He said the last time he ever ran around exploring the forest alone was the week before Nicole Taylor was murdered.
Oh, 2003, right?
Yeah, but a few months earlier. So if he was running around exploring and he saw the hermit in his mine, then it wasn't this one. It was the Sanderson mine. We're in the wrong mine.
Okay, well, I wish we could have come to this realization before we got this far. We should start heading back then.
It's a little after 5 right now, just FYI.
Wait, we've been here for 2 hours already?
And we have to climb back out. It's gonna take longer this direction.
Easy to lose track of time when there's no light anywhere. Fuck.
Better go fast, then.
We have to be almost out at this point.
I think I see some light up ahead.
Hey, I've been thinking.
We all have.
Well, there's that rhyme the kids all know, right?
Keep walking.
Well, the line says, fire rage neath lunar shroud. I sort of just assumed it meant under moonlight, but what if it meant a shroud of the moon?
You mean the eclipse?
There was an eclipse the night he showed up, right? He kills during lunar eclipses. And he only kills people born on days with a lunar eclipse. I sort of think the line is referring to that.
But what difference does that make?
I don't know. I think it might explain why he's using lunar eclipses.
Isn't the rhyme about him, though? Like, doesn't that mean whoever came up with it had to know he was going to use eclipses for the timing and choosing his victims?
Well, it only talks about an eclipse as far as the night he came to town, so they probably had no idea he was going to continue with that.
When was the rhyme written?
It's been around for decades. My parents knew it when they were in school.
Who started it, though?
It was just a thing that got passed around. Probably started with some bored high schooler doing a poetry assignment, and then they showed it to your younger sibling or something. Who knows?
Oh, hey, there's definitely light up there.
Oh, fine.
Good, we're close.
Fresh air is amazing.
Oh, hey, we made good time too. 7:40, not bad.
Man, I'm hungry again.
Oh, let me grab you a granola bar.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll take one too.
Oh, what the hell. Group dinner time.
Thanks.
Thank you. Omari?
I was ignoring it before, but
What?
I feel like someone's watching us.
I don't see anyone.
Ben?
Yeah?
I feel it too.
Then let's just get back to the car. Yeah. Wait, there's somebody around the side of the mine. I just saw them.
What they look like?
I don't know. Gray hair? That might be Francis.
Thanks.
Francis? Hello? Where are you? Fuck. Francis, we just want to talk. We know Robert.
Hey, what are you doing?
You see where he went?
Leave him be.
He knows things about Shadow Man. We can... Wait, I see him.
Ben, stop!
Francis? Francis? Hey!
Hey, how to get back to the car?
When are we going to get an opportunity to talk to him again?
I don't know. Robert could set something up.
How long would that take? He said he can leave a message in the woods. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Let's just... He's here. If we go talk to him now...
Yeah, then we miss curfew.
Fine.
Boys, we have to get going.
Was this the path that we took to get here?
Yeah, of course it was.
Does any of it look familiar?
Well, we're coming from a different direction, so turn as if we're coming from the car.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't recognize any of this.
It was a long hike. I don't think you'd remember every detail.
I feel like I remember that log at least. All those mushrooms spouting off of it.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
So what do you want to do? Double back to the mine? We won't make it home in time.
But going this way probably isn't going to lead to the car.
How did we fuck this up?
Okay, it's 8:06. We've got time.
10 minutes. We have 10 minutes to reach the car and get home in time.
Yeah, but going back to the mine is the only option. Follow the trail from somewhere we recognize.
We could be so close right now if we continue this way.
Or we could be spending even more time going in the wrong direction.
I think this is the right way, but in the interests of not wasting time standing here deciding what to do, we can go back to the mine and start over.
I don't want to go back to the mine. It's just, that's the only way to be sure.
It's gonna get dark soon. We better hurry.
We were further from the mine than I thought.
8:35. We're gonna have to camp out here.
We should stay in the mine if that's possible.
I don't know how far away it is.
We better hope these batteries last the night.
This was a bad idea.
Fuck, I don't think we're going to be able to find the mine at this point.
It's 8:55. We should find a clearing and call it a night.
We can't call for help. We all have our phone.
Good luck getting a signal.
Going with right here?
Wandering around after dark in an unfamiliar part of the forest is a bad idea. The sooner we stop, the better.
Fair enough.
I feel so bad for Jordan. If he actually went to the Sanderson mine, there's nothing there to find. The hermit hasn't been there in over a decade. And if he was there, he's not Shadow Man. It's all a waste. And especially if he's still there.
He'll be okay. We're gonna find him tomorrow. The mine is literally a 20-minute walk from town. If he's there, he's actually really close. Just south rather than west.
I can't get over the fact that the police literally tried to run us out of town last night.
And for what? We've been doing this investigation over a month now. What the hell changed?
Not to mention there are no Shadow Man sightings, which means they called a lockdown specifically to harass us.
I just had a thought. What do you think would have happened tonight if we'd been at the motel still?
Maybe it's a good thing we won't find out.
They tried to do this under the guise of Shadow Man, and he looked exactly as people described to us when they saw him previously, which means they're using the story of Shadow Man for cover.
Doing that as Shadow Man last night? I guess. Makes sense. But we weren't here a year ago when people saw him. And we weren't here in 2009 when Isaac was shot. So why the hell were they using him for cover then?
Unless...
Yeah?
They were using the lockdown to make sure the streets were empty.
And why would they do that?
I don't know.
They didn't want to be seen.
Seen doing what?
Not sure yet. But police response times during lockdowns are always insanely long considering both the size of the town and the lack of traffic.
Which means they're out doing something else.
Except with Isaac. Keith said that they were right around the corner when his call came in.
By Sequoia Street.
That's right near the southern edge of town. Not that that's a great area, anyway.
Like it's not safe?
Well, a lot of people who struggle with drug addictions, to be fair, it's kind of everywhere, but there's a larger proportion, we'll say, of people in that area.
Is this your roundabout way of saying those are the slums? Don't walk alone at night, etc., etc.?
Yeah, but a lot of those families, I went to school with their kids, so I don't want to refer to them that way.
Right.
Jessie's from that part of town.
Is she addicted to anything?
Oh, God, no. She's seen the bad things that happen up close and personal. There's no way she'd even try the stuff she can get her hands on.
Ava, what do you know about the drug problem in this town?
It's ubiquitous.
Is it all different types of them?
If you're addicted to something, it's fentanyl. I've had people from my class overdose on it.
How long has it been going on for? It seems like everyone around here is aware but won't bring it up.
Keith got pissed when we mentioned the fentanyl.
After Cameron Finley overdosed, we were going to see his mom, and Keith flipped out on us for talking to her about it.
Though to be fair, we had just called out all his bullshit about Isaac's murder.
Yeah, I know, but it was just weird that he was mad about it. He was supportive of the Shadow Man investigation, which almost exclusively involves us speaking to family members of those who've passed. And this was, I don't know, a red line.
Yeah, and Officer Reed was a dick about it too.
Yeah, actually. We told him we found fentanyl in Doug's house and that he should look into where it came from, and Officer Reed told us, quote, "We don't need to."
They don't seem particularly interested in where it's coming from, even though it's affecting the community so much.
Well, maybe they're playing coy. Maybe they've got an investigation that they're doing, but they're keeping it under wraps.
Wouldn't an investigation include interviewing people? I feel like after a little while, everyone in the town would know about it.
Speaking from experience.
Where do you think it's coming from? I'm sure you've been offered some at some point here.
Oh, yeah. Any party you go to, someone's got a hookup. Sounds like it's the same person, too.
Who could we talk to find out who the hookup is?
No one's gonna tell you that. They tell you that, they cut off their supply.
But it has to be someone multiple people in the town know or have access to, since they all have the same one.
Any theories?
I mean...
That's a yes.
Look, I don't want to put anybody on trial. But I've been hanging out with Jessie a lot more lately.
Go on.
I just mean we've talked more. Like, a lot more. Like, things have come up.
Okay.
She thinks... I don't want to do this to him because it might not even be true.
Well, if it's not true, then we can prove that it's not.
Her guess is that Gabe is the hookup.
Gabe Howard?
He's one of her close friends from growing up. Their parents were also close friends and kind of just kept putting them together as they got older. I think because they wanted them to date, but it never happened. Gabe views her as a sister, and she views him as a man.
Not a prospect. Got it.
Has she asked him about the fentanyl?
She tried a few times, but he changed the subject every time. She actually got really frustrated with him and stopped talking to him for a while. And then at a party a couple years ago, she saw him come up outside and huddle with a couple people. She watched them talk for a minute, and then he left rather than joining. Later on, she found one of them in the bathroom overdose on fentanyl and had to call the police. The other two were clearly high, but they left when she told them the police were on the way.
I feel like I remember Jesse mentioning Gabe's dad being a cop.
He is.
And he somehow missed that his son is moving fentanyl through the town?
He does have a suspicious amount of money for living here. Then again, his dad has money too, so we always assumed it was a nice allowance.
What does his mom do?
She's dead. Cancer. He never really knew her because she died when he was so young.
That sucks.
Jordan's dad is a cop too.
Right.
You remember how big his house was?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Now, how much does a police officer make out here?
I don't know, maybe around $40,000 a year?
That's not bad.
Is it borderline mansion? Not bad, though.
Maybe if Tammy is also bringing in a good amount.
Yeah, she's a cashier at the general store. Jordan told me he wanted to work there growing up so he can work with her.
That's sweet.
Bryce Harris has a lot of money. Gabe's father also has a lot of money. And remember Keith's house?
He has a BMW.
How big was that settlement that he had BMW money? And he hasn't worked since.
What are you saying?
The police in this town seem to have a suspicious amount of money. A $40,000 salary isn't going to buy the things they have. Out in L.A., this stuff is normal. But here, it feels out of place.
You think they're up to something?
Oh, it's not if, it's what.
It's coming together.
How?
The police are rich.
Mm-hmm.
When they shouldn't be. What if they're getting their money selling the fentanyl?
And Gabe is their middleman?
And they all profit. Explains why they don't care to investigate the epidemic.
And why they get angry anytime we start to bring it up.
Then where are they getting it?
Could they be making it?
They'd need a lab. They'd need somewhere to store all of it.
Sanderson mine.
What?
It's abandoned.
They did kick Francis out.
Just about 15 years ago, when the fentanyl started trickling into town.
It's nearby, too.
But not so nearby they could answer calls immediately.
So the lockdown's them.
They're moving product. It's gotta be.
Oh my God, Isaac! Isaac, he was wandering alone through the forest. His family was camping right near the Sanderson mine, remember? They wouldn't have known that.
And all that uncounted time for him? What took him so long to get to town?
And if he saw people at the mine and went to them for help,
Oh my God.
he realized they weren't going to help him, and he ran.
But they radioed.
And then the calls from Sequoia Street started.
Keith said he would have shot anyone that night.
They couldn't let the secret out.
And then he fucking stepped down.
To prevent a full-blown investigation. You guys come poking around a few years later for Shadow Man.
And Keith lies to us to throw us off the scent.
Oh my God, Jordan. He found them.
We don't know that.
Deputy Harris, I don't think he'd let them kill his son.
Fuck. Who do we tell about this?
Do you hear that?
Yeah. Why is there a baby out here?
Should we go help?
No. No, there should not be a baby crying out here. And we're not gonna find out why there is. Okay, good. So what were we saying?
That was not normal.
All right, well, let's not dwell on it. I don't want to be out here as is. That's not helping things.
Okay, right. Maybe we should turn our lights off.
And sit in blackness?
Our eyes will adjust.
Fine. Oh, fuck no, we're leaving.
We'll get lost.
Yeah, that is Shadow Man. I'm not staying here.
Where do you expect to go?
Downhill? Right, Ava? You said that would lead to the road eventually.
Or water at the very least. If we can just find Mill Creek, we can follow it back to town.
You should have suggested this earlier.
I mean, it's going to be a long walk.
That's fine.
Like most of the night long.
If Shadow Man finds us, what do you think will happen?
Ooh, okay, let's get out of here.
Thank you. Fucking hungry.
I'm out of granola bars, I'm sorry.
And it's barely 3 a.m.
It's already 3 a.m.?
Next few hours are gonna be rough.
We're honestly probably pretty close to town at this point.
How do you know?
Well, the mine was only maybe 6 miles away. The road is just so windy, it takes forever to get there.
How much further do you think till Mill Creek?
I'm not sure.
I don't even hear any water.
Where are you going?
Do you see that?
Is that a person?
Yeah, it sort of looks like one, right?
Alright, let's keep going downhill.
They're not moving.
Let's just...
You think they're asleep?
That's a weird position to be asleep in.
Oh, the lights are on. He's not... Oh my God, is that a dead body?
No,
It is. Oh my God.
the hair.
It's the hermit, isn't it?
Well, now we know why it was at the mine.
Oh, the pickaxe?
Mm-hmm. All of this. Obsidian, it looks like.
You think Shadow Man got him?
You see the semicircle of salt?
Had to be Shadow Man. Who else would it be? Maybe we should hold on to the rest of this container that he had.
God, he didn't even finish putting it down.
Oh, it's so heavy. How'd he carry all these pieces at once?
Why would Shadow Man kill him, though? It's not a lunar eclipse.
Didn't Zachary die when it wasn't a lunar eclipse?
Right, but also, why now? Presumably Shadow Man could have done this at any point over the past 40 years.
We need to let someone know about this. Robert, at least.
Where the hell is Mill Creek?
It has to be close.
Let's keep moving then. What is that?
I saw it too.
Where?
Up in the trees.
What?
Something's up there.
No, not again with this.
No, he's here.
Why? He already killed Francis tonight. He's never killed more than once at a time.
We need to go.
Fuck! You the goddamn rock, Omari. Ava? Ava, where'd she go?
I'm over here.
What the hell is happening?
Everywhere.
What, do we hide? What do we do?
Finn.
Fuck. Are you okay? Is everybody okay?
No, Finn, this is all my fault.
What? No, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna get out of here. Come on.
I lied. I'm sorry, I lied.
Lied about what?
I didn't hear about Shadow Man at the party.
Where'd you hear
You
about
told me.
it? What? No, you told me about
No, I mean you. The recording of you. You told me while I was camping in Joshua Tree. It was when you were on that retreat with Bodie.
Right? Yeah?
It was like when our equipment failed and you said prayer won't help you.
How?
I don't know.
Can we talk about this later?
When was this?
I told you about it the day after I figured out what the hell the recording said.
Then why lie about it? Especially if you thought that I was the one that told you.
Yeah, that's the thing. You said... Here, let me just...
What, you have it on your phone?
Yeah, listen.
Shadow Man. The twins. All of it was you and you didn't tell me. You couldn't.
Shadow Man, the twins, all of it was you and you didn't tell me? Who the hell are the twins?
You know.
What? Why would Shadow Man be linked to two girls that you tried to set me up with?
I don't know. But it was you who said it.
Yes, definitely my voice.
Finally, Mill Creek. Look, and you can see Garrison. We're like another 40 minutes walk tops.
I can't believe you kept that a secret.
I thought it was like a premonition. You know how that stuff goes.
No, I don't.
I looked up Shadow Man right when I got home from Joshua Tree. And this place is what popped up. So then I told you about it, and now here we are.
Yeah, almost being murdered by an otherworldly something.
Which is exactly your vibe. No wonder you told yourself about it.
Yeah, from the future? That doesn't make sense.
Shadow Man turns into smoke and then asphyxiates people.
Thanks, Ava.
I'm just saying, clearly, weird things are possible.
I'm gonna need to think about this a bit. No police patrolling.
Yeah, luckily.
And Shadow Man's actually out there.
Hotel should be up there on the right.
I can't believe we made it. That was insane.
We're gonna have to go back to get the car later.
Oh, I can drive you. Don't worry about that.
Thanks, Ava. And thanks for... I know we kind of fucked up coming back, so thank you for not losing your shit.
Oh, maybe I like spending time with you guys.
Why is our door open?
Oh my god. Look at the room.
Oh, all of our shit. What the fuck?
The laptops. Oh my god, they smashed them. Are you kidding me?
Backup hard drives, too.
Clothing everywhere.
Jesus.
It's like they wanted to find all the storage devices.
Are you gonna lose the interviews you got?
No, it's all in the cloud.
Apparently they don't know that exists.
I think this might be more to make a point.
God, what would have happened if you had been here?
Well, we can't stay here now.
The door's not kicked in. They had a key.
I've got mine.
I have mine.
Oh, so they were let in. Fucking great.
What do we do?
We clean up and we get the hell out of here in case they come back.
You can stay at my house.
We're gonna have to walk all the way across town to do that.
Oh, I'm so sick of walking.
Well, the only other option is to deadbolt the door and hope they don't come back anytime soon.
I don't care if the sun's coming up. I'm not going back out there. They shoot us if they saw us. Oops, we thought it was 3 of Shadow Men. And they get away with it, too.
All right.
We officially made it through that night. It's good to be back here. I know this episode felt different from the others, but we didn't have the luxury of leaving that situation, so I didn't want you to feel that level of safety or comfort either. What we experienced that night was formative. And not just on the surface level of bring more snacks than you think you'll need when you're exploring the forest, but on the much deeper level of the rot at the heart of Garrison's governance. How could the police force, which is supposed to exist to protect the citizens it serves, be selling and profiting off drugs that kill people in the town they know and love? What level of greed allowed them to reach that point? But Finn, you might be saying, what you three said in the forest was just conjecture with circumstantial evidence. You're right, it would be, if that was the end of the story. Later that morning, however, we heard the news that a sting operation headed by the DEA had gone into effect overnight. Multiple Garrison officers were arrested, including Officer Reed, Deputy Harris, and one Keith Wilson, for conspiracy to produce and distribute controlled substances. As it turned out, the drivers of the white van Omari had been so desperate to confront were undercover agents gathering intel over a 5-week period. The fentanyl they'd started following months ago in Charleston had slowly but surely led them upstream to this small town hidden away from the rest of the world. The Sanderson mine was the site of their production, with the entire inside retrofitted with a lab and storage space for the pills and patches they produced. Officer Brett Reed was the first to crack under the questioning. He eventually admitted to helping pack and send the largest shipments of fentanyl to Elkins during the lockdowns the department would call as stock was ready. We asked around with the other guests at the motel and were able to piece together what had happened while we were out in the forest. Around 10 p.m., 2 men in ski masks had approached the motel with baseball bats and started pounding on our door. When it became clear we weren't home, they removed the masks and were later positively ID'd as Officer Reed and Officer Howard, and spoke with the motel owner, demanding to be allowed inside for police business. He acquiesced, and a room got trashed. During the bust at the mine, the agents found someone locked away in a makeshift prison. Jordan Harris. To say Omari was relieved Jordan was alive would be an understatement. Unfortunately, Jordan had been suffering through serious neglect during his stint in the mine and was rushed to the nearest hospital an hour away. And we'll hear from him next time on the finale of Strange Trails.
They were going to kill me and blame it on the hermit.
We swore we'd take this to our graves, and some of them did. But now, I have to tell someone. Warn them.
I figured you'd be back.
We don't want to be.
He's got to go. There has to be a way.
Strange Trails stars Matt Winton as Finn Mitchell, Domenic Kim as Omari Mason, and Ashley Every as Ava Cook. Created, directed, and edited by Colton Woods. Script supervisor, Fernando Collazo. Special thanks to Katie Joyce and Courtney Woods. Follow us on Instagram at Strange Trails Podcast or visit us at strangetrailspodcast.com for more info. If you like what you hear, ratings and reviews really help the show. Strange Trails will return in Exploitable Weaknesses.